Hi. The frequencies and energies at the moment are all about exposure and bringing what has been secret or buried to the surface. So I would not be surprised if you find yourself saying things, hearing things coming out of your mouth that perhaps you've wanted to express for a long, long time. You may feel that it's simply something that you have to say for yourself, and you're finally ready to be removed from the reaction of how the person who's hearing what you have to say, how they take the information. It's like you understand that it's more important that you express these emotions and these understandings, and not so much important how the person receives that information or what they do with it, because you're learning and you're understanding that indeed you do not have control over how other people hear you or interpret you, or even how they decide to work with the information that you're sharing. So there's a sense of autonomy, there's a sense of authority, there's a sense of empowerment as you voice and express, especially if you're Blu-ray, these deep, dark things or feelings or emotions. So for some people, it could be that they hear from a good friend or colleague that that person has been secretly attracted to them for some time, or perhaps you hear of a friend who has wanted to get divorced for some time but simply didn't have the courage to do that. And the lion's gateway is the lion, right? It's all about courage. So it's about finding your voice and finding that empowered encouragement to say what needs to be said. You may also find that you feel an impulse or a push from the universe to place boundaries clearly and sincerely in your life with people that perhaps in the past you were willing to brush it under the rug. You're not going to want to do that with these frequencies, because it's about being exposed, it's about being honest, and it's about having the courage to express your truth and to own it, regardless of how the other person, whether they agree or not. You're learning that it's not so much about trying to blend in and finding agreement with other people just so you can keep the peace, because you understand that in keeping the peace, which isn't very peaceful if it's causing you upset and if it's affecting your life and if it's restricting your freedom, there's no peace in that. So this social structure and concept of brushing all your feelings under the rug, under the carpet, so everybody can pretend everybody's okay, when in truth that's not the case. That's just not going to wash as we move forward and deeper into these 5D frequencies. I'm seeing this in my own life as well. Even though I am uncomfortable expressing the boundaries or sharing information or giving an honest answer to a request that's made of me, I'd be far more uncomfortable now stuffing down my true feelings about something and dishonoring my emotional body. So it's about listening to the soul, listening to the heart, balancing that with the head, and setting the boundaries, being straight with people, and having the courage of your convictions. So take the lion as a symbol of heart and encouragement, and without expectation. You've every right to speak your truth, but you have to accept that you've no right on how people will digest that truth. So yesterday there was a text, there was a message I needed to send somebody, and I've been wanting to send it for nearly like a year and a half. And it just never felt right. There was fear, there was insecurity, there was concern, whatever. But I realized then something in these very new, fresh August energies just kicked in. Probably the conjunction with Uranus there. And I just thought it's now or never. And I realized I've no expectation. I'm fully prepared for this to fall on deaf ears and for there to be no response. But you know what? I'm not doing this for any response. In fact, I don't want a response. I'm not doing this for anybody else. This is something I need to get off my chest. And this is something I need to do to express the truth of my heart and my perspective, and so that I can move forward. And that's what it was about. And I felt the fear and did it anyway. And I took the leap of faith, and I feel like there's lots of that going around. And I can also see how I'm much more willing to clearly just own my boundaries and say, mate, no. See that line there? There's a line there. You don't get to cross that line. And being really strong in that. So own your boundaries as well. So take that courage, take the lion's heart with you as you journey through the next few weeks. Thank you.